Sure, here's the modified article written like a flowing speech, expanded naturally without counting paragraphs or giving instructions, just rolling like a statement or storytelling monologue. According to a newly filed lawsuit, two-time All-Star Zion Williamson faces deeply troubling allegations from an accuser who claims she endured years of threats, coercion, and emotional abuse at his hands. The lawsuit paints a chilling picture. It says Williamson threatened the woman repeatedly between 2020 and 2023, telling her his personal security guard would shoot her in the head, all while the guard stood present, carrying a loaded firearm. But the threats, the lawsuit says, didn't stop there. The accuser claims Williamson went as far as threatening to have her parents killed, boasting that he knew their home address and could have his paid security handle it. These threats, according to the lawsuit, were repeated multiple times across those 3 years in Louisiana. The woman alleges that Williamson took her car keys, her phone, and her laptop without her consent, locking her out of her own property. She says he pointed a loaded firearm at her head, and beyond that, she accuses him of filming their sexual encounters without her permission. When she wanted to leave the relationship, the lawsuit says, Williamson used the threat of releasing those private videos to keep her under control. When many of the wrongful acts were committed against plaintiff, the complaint reads, defendant was either drunk or on cocaine. The lawsuit claims the result of Williamson's conduct has left the woman suffering severe emotional distress, anxiety, depression, humiliation, and sleepless nights, a heavy burden of physical and emotional injury. The plaintiff's legal team isn't interested in making this a media spectacle. In a statement to USA Today Sports, the plaintiff's lawyer emphasized, "We and our client do not want to litigate this case in the press. These are very serious allegations." Rachel Lanier, of the Lanier Law Firm, co-attorney for the plaintiff, said the lawsuit reveals a disturbing pattern of coercive control, threats, and domination, including stalking, strangulation, and threats with a loaded firearm. Lanier added that Williamson used his wealth and fame to isolate, silence, and control my client, who only after many months of medical treatment and counseling is able to come forward and describe what she endured. Lanier's co-counsel, Sam E. Taylor, reinforced that the claims aren't hollow accusations. He said that each allegation in the lawsuit is supported by witnesses and corroborating evidence. This case arrives as a shock to many fans and observers, casting a long shadow over Williamson's public image. Known for his explosive athleticism, his celebrity status, and his endorsement deals, Williamson has been a star attraction in the NBA since entering the league. But now, these allegations force a sharp reckoning, a stark contrast between the public face of a celebrated athlete and the dark, private accusations detailed in court filings. The lawsuit digs into a pattern of behavior that, according to the accuser, was not a one-time outburst or a brief lapse in judgment. Instead, she claims, it was a long-term pattern of manipulation and intimidation, stretched out over multiple years and backed by Williamson's money, fame, and the power that comes with both. The plaintiff says the threats weren't just words, they were backed by physical acts of domination. The presence of a loaded gun, the seizing of her personal belongings, the control over intimate recordings, the leveraging of her personal fears, her family, her privacy, all used as tools to trap her in a relationship she wanted to leave. The emotional fallout, the lawsuit claims, has been devastating. The accuser reports struggling with mental health, anxiety that claws at her peace, depression that darkens her days, humiliation that lingers, and physical effects like sleepless nights and exhaustion. Lanier's statement emphasizes that the woman has only been able to bring these claims forward after receiving substantial counseling and medical care, underlining the depth of the trauma she alleges. Taylor's comment about witnesses and corroborating evidence suggests the legal team believes they have a strong case, built not just on one person's word but on testimony and material proof. This signals that they are preparing for a long legal battle, one they believe can withstand scrutiny in the courtroom. While the legal process unfolds, the broader public watches, not just sports fans, but anyone attuned to the larger cultural conversations about power, celebrity, and accountability. This lawsuit touches on many of the same themes that have emerged in recent years: how wealth and fame can be weaponized, how survivors face immense barriers to coming forward, and how personal relationships can mask dangerous dynamics beneath the surface. The legal team has made it clear they do not want this case to become tabloid fodder. But the seriousness of the allegations ensures it will draw headlines, scrutiny, and debate. What unfolds next will depend not on public opinion but on the evidence, the testimony, and the courts. As the news spreads, the ripple effects on Williamson's career, endorsements, and public standing remain to be seen. For now, the focus turns to the courtroom, where the accuser's claims will be examined, and where Williamson's legal team will mount a defense. This case stands as a reminder that even those in the brightest public spotlight can face the darkest private allegations, and that the legal system, at its best, is designed to sort truth from accusation, to bring facts to light, and to seek justice wherever it may lead. If you want, I can also craft a viral YouTube title, description, tags, and hashtags for this topic. Let me know.